Okay? So, what I want you to do, where'd my clicker go, is I want you, nope, come on. I want you to think of someone you admire. Someone you think is really awesome. They can be a celebrity, it could be a grandma, grandpa, it could be an aunt or uncle. I want you to write their name down on your paper. Okay? So on your paper, I want you to write down someone you admire or look up to. Someone you think is really awesome. Write it down. Someone you think is really awesome or great or you admire. Write it down. Once you've written it down, put your pen or pencil on your paper to show me you're ready to move on. Does anyone want to share who they wrote? Yes.
Keanu Reeves.
Great. Keanu Reeves. Anyone else? I put my dad when I wrote it down. He's someone that I look up to. Yeah. Your grandpa. Great. Yeah. Your sister. Great. Can be family, can be someone famous. I had someone say Abraham Lincoln. I had someone who said Beyonce. There's all sorts of people we can look up to, okay? So, we are going to talk about something called stereotypes. What is a stereotype? Yeah. Yeah, an oversimplified image of something. Can you give me an example of a stereotype? Toxic waste. How many of you have ever watched a Disney Channel show or movie? In every Disney Channel show, what groups of people do we have?
Singers.
We have the singers. No, no, no. Right, High School Musical. Who else do we have?
People.
The what?
Villains.
Villains. We have the bad guys, or like the super popular people like Sharpay in High School Musical. Who else do we have? We have the skater kids, right, who skateboard. We don't really have that anymore, but when I was in high school, that was a stereotype. Do we have the brainiacs or the smart kids, right? Did we had the theater people or like the artsy people, right? Do we see those kinds of stereotypes at school? A little bit. On your paper, I'm going to give you 90 seconds. And what I want you to do is I want you to write down as many stereotypes as you can think of. So you have a minute and 30 seconds starting now. What groups of people do we have at our school? Do we have like the sporty kids? Do we have like the smart kids? Do we have people like in High School Musical, right? Do we have those groups here? I want you to write down any that you can think of. Or if you can't think of any, write down some that we just talked about. Okay, what groups of kids do we have at Eisenhower? Or that you think we might have at Eisenhower? So you've got a minute left. When you've thought of all that you can think of, put your pencil on your paper. And guess what? They don't have to be ones that you tell me. I'm not going to look at your notes. If you're like, I think there's this group at school, you can write that down. See some good writing. Maybe you're drawing. That's okay too. 30 seconds. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beep, beep, beep. I know, it's so loud. Okay. Count up your stereotypes. Did anyone get more than 5? Did anyone get more than 10?
I got 5.
5? Would anyone be willing to share some of the stereotypes you wrote down? Yeah.
The sporty people.
We've got some sporty people. Good. Maybe the ones that played soccer or play sports at the high school. Good. Other groups, yeah. The artists, we have like our dance co people or our theater drama co people, right? Anyone else? Yeah.
The cooking people and the famous.
The cooking people?
Yeah.
Like the ones that cook in the kitchen? And maybe we have some popular famous. Do we have any famous people at our school? I mean, there's an Eisenhower memes page, but, well, there is, but I don't know who runs it. It's a secret, but they're famous apparently. Any other groups? Do we have like our GT and honors kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have different groups, right? Can be good and bad. So, we're going to talk about labels. So when you go to the grocery store and look at a can, what does the label tell you?
The brand.
The brand. Good. What else? The food. What it is. What else? When it expires or goes bad. What else? Ingredients. What? Calories, nutritional facts. All of those things are important to know, right? If you went to the grocery store and all you saw were silver cans with no labels, would that be an exciting adventure for you?
No.
Like, I hope it's SpaghettiOs. I hope it's SpaghettiOs. And you open up, dang, it's cream corn, right? We have labels for a purpose. They help us to know what's in the can, right? So, why is it easy to give up? So what I want you to do is I want you to think of labels maybe that you've given other people. On the first day of school or on the first time that you had this class, did you give labels to some people?
Yeah.
Were you like, oh, I bet this person is like this. Oh, I bet this person is like this,
Oh, no.
right? And maybe someone gave you a label, right? So why do you think it's easy to give up when people have given you labels? Like if someone gave you the label as troublemaker, right? Would that make you act a certain way? If someone said that you were lazy, would that make you act a certain way? Or maybe they give you a label based on where your family comes from. Does that make you act a certain way? Maybe, right? So, the real you. What I want you to do right now, on your paper, underneath where you wrote those stereotypes, I want you to write something about yourself. You're going to brag for a second. You're going to write something good down, okay? What are you really good at? What do you like to do? Are you really good at helping your family? Are you really good at coming to school on time? Are you really good at making new friends? Are you really good at listening? Are you really good at not being noticed? Maybe that's something that you're really good at. Maybe you're really good at one of your classes. Or maybe you play an instrument or play a sport or draw or act or sing. Or maybe you're really good at watching TikTok, liking people's pictures on the Instagram. Sometimes I get a TikTok watching and I'm like, why am I watching these? My favorite are when they have the dogs that have done something naughty. And it's like Siri's voice for the dog. I think those are very funny. I think dogs are funny. Anyways, so write down something that you're good at, okay? Do you have any accomplishments? Have you won any awards or participated in anything? What dreams or goals do you have? Do you want to take certain classes or go certain places or visit somewhere or do something? Write it down, okay? Write that down. Write down all the good things. You should have at least one good thing written down. And if you don't have one good thing, you can write down, I showed up to class today. That is an awesome thing, okay? All right. Are you ready? We're going to watch a little video clip. This guy's name is Paul Potts. Has anyone seen this clip before? So, he's going to be on a show called Britain's Got Talent. And what I want you to do,
But for the next contestant,
I want you to watch what is his talent, do they believe that he'll be good at it, and what happens, okay? So we're going to watch this little video clip.
the world of showbiz seems a million miles away.
It's Paul, a mobile phone salesman from
South Wales. By day, I count my life homes. My dream is to spend my life doing what I feel that I was born to do.
Paul, what are you here for today, Paul?
To sing opera. I've always wanted to sing as a career. Confidence has always been sort of like a difficult thing for me. I've always found it a little bit difficult to be completely confident in myself.
Okay. Ready when you are. So you work at Carphone Warehouse, and you did that. I wasn't expecting that. This was a complete breath of fresh air. I thought you were absolutely fantastic.
You have an incredible voice. I think if you keep singing like that, you are going to be one of the favourites to win this whole competition.
I think that we've got a case of a little lump of coal here that is going to turn into a diamond.
Okay. Moment of truth, young man. Here's.
Absolutely, yes.
Amanda,
Yes.
Paul, you are through to the next round.
Okay. Paul Potts. What labels did they give him before he started singing? What do you think? Yeah.
Not very good.
Yeah, not very good. What was his talent?
Singing.
Singing. Right? How many of you have watched shows like America's Got Talent or American Idol and people start singing and or you see someone and you're like, oh no. Have you had that before? You're like, this is not going to be good. Right? We've all done that before. We've all given those labels, right? We've seen that. Okay, and the judges did the same thing to Paul. Oh, there we go. Why is it important not to label? Yeah. Yeah, don't judge a book by the cover. You never know, right? If Paul had just been like, well, I'm just a shy cell phone salesman. That's all I can do. That's all I'll ever do. Would he have had this cool opportunity?
No.
No, right? How did Paul's label impact his confidence? Was he very confident in himself? No, right? He was just like, I'm just a dude. I'm just doing my thing, right? And how did he share the real him? What did he do?
Some.
He sang! And did he sing well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he surprise some people? Yeah, he surprised the whole audience. Were they like, what the? Right? Have you ever seen that before when you're watching a show? You're like, oh no. And then it's like, wow, how neat is that? Okay? It's really cool because Paul Potts didn't have a lot of self-confidence. And because he chose to show or share the real him, you know what happened to him? He became a very famous singer in England. His life completely changed because he decided to show the real him. Okay? So I want to tell you a little story about myself. So when I was in elementary school, I was a pretty good student. I did my work and my teachers liked me, but I had a secret. You want to know what my secret was? I couldn't read. I didn't know how to read. And I got to 5th grade, and I had been a good student, and I had done all these things, and I had worked really hard, but my parents found out that I couldn't read. Not because I didn't try, but because I couldn't see. I needed glasses. So I took tutoring. I had a tutor who I'd sit down and I would read with, and I'd given myself a label. Okay, because I had this secret. I said, well, I'm just dumb. So I'll just do good at other things, but I don't have to be smart. I don't have to get good grades. Okay? But because I had someone help me, I started to change that label. I said, oh, I can learn. Oh, I can do this. And by the time I was in 7th grade, I got up to reading level because I worked really hard. Did it mean that I was perfect at reading or really good at it? No. Do I still struggle? Yeah, I do. Okay? But I decided to change the label I gave myself. Instead of saying, oh, well, I just can't. I said, well, maybe I can. And because I can work hard, I'm going to try. I'm going to be a trier. Okay? I ended up changing that label, and in high school, I got pretty good grades. I almost had a 4.0, which is almost all A's. I just got one bad grade in my Spanish class. I was not very good at Spanish. But I worked really hard at that. And you know what? Because I changed that label, I didn't let that label stop me, I ended up getting scholarships to go to college. I ended up being in plays and musicals because it made me happy. Was I the best? No. Did I work hard? Yeah. Did I end up being a famous singer like I thought I was going to be? No. But I'm doing something that I love. I was able to go to school and figure a lot of things out. Sometimes we give ourselves labels, and those labels stop us from being our best selves or stop us from trying. Okay? I want to talk about how we can tear some of those labels down because guess what? You are good. You are not bad. You are not whatever people tell you you are. You're not a certain way because of where your family comes from or because of what you look like or because of what has happened. You are good. And you can do anything you put your mind to. You just have to try and start breaking down those labels. We all wrote something good down about ourselves, right? We need to start believing that. So how do we tear down labels? Will you write down how to tear off your label? So tearing off your label or how to tear off your label. Okay, how to tear off your label. Write that down in your notes. I want to see you writing. If I can write it down on the board, you can write it down in your paper. How to tear down labels, okay? The first thing that you need to do is you need to identify. So you're going to write 1, identify. What does identify mean? To figure out something. Good. What label's working for you? What labels do you have that are getting in the way of your opportunities? Identify those things that you think about yourself that are stopping you from trying. What are those things? Identify them. You got this down? You just have to write identify. So tearing down labels, identify. What's working, what's not working. Okay, good. Okay, next. We're going to, step 2, do something different. Do something different. So what behaviors need to change? What do you need to do differently? What do you need to stop doing? What's not working for you? What do you need to start doing? Here's the thing. Same things equal same results. So if you keep doing something, most likely you're going to get the same results. If you don't try, are you going to excel or get better? No. But if you change something, it can bring about good things in your life because you are good. You have awesome things to offer people. Okay? The third step is to focus on your strengths. Okay? What are you good at, or what do you want to be good at? Was I good at reading? No. But I wanted to be. I wanted to. So you know what? I focused on being someone who works hard. That's something about my personality that is really important to me, is that I keep trying, even when I fail. Okay? Because guess what? If you fail, if that's the worst thing that happens, then that's okay. If you die, that's not good, right? You don't want to try something so that you can't live, right? We want to try our best to be our best, right? Okay, last step is to repeat what you're doing right. If something is working, right, do it right. I mean, if let's say someone is like the class clown, and they want people to think they're funny, but they keep doing things that hurt other people or disrupt the class. Is that good? No. Can you still get that kind of positive attention without hurting people? Yeah, you can. Maybe you need to join a club or group. We were talking about CTSOs. When you get up to high school, there are lots of fun clubs and things you can be a part of. If you like to joke or act, maybe you need to take a drama class, right? Maybe you're like, I really like to learn. Try different things. Maybe you really like to eat. Take a FACS class. That's why I took FACS. Okay? So, every night I want you to ask yourself or look in the mirror and say, what did I do today? Okay, so let's write this down. What did I do today to tear off a label? And what can I do tomorrow? Sorry, my notes are all over. My handwriting is all funky. And what can I do better tomorrow? What did I do today that was good, and what can I do tomorrow to keep doing that? Okay? So, again, are we perfect? No. Can we keep trying every day to be better? Yeah. Do you have to be the labels that people have given you? No, you don't. Okay? And maybe you have given yourself that label, but guess what? You are good and you can do good. Some of you are like, this is so cheesy, Miss Dahl. Why are you saying this? Because you are worth it. You are worth knowing that you are awesome. And if you need someone to tell you that, you come and talk to me. Okay? I promise you, we can find lots of good things about you. You are good. You can do good. Okay. What is the first step of focus note taking?
Take note.
And then we?
Process note.
And then we?
Repeat.
And then we?
Summarize.
And apply learning. Okay, keep these notes because next time we're going to process these notes so that we can get them deep into our brains. Excellent, excellent work today. Give yourself a pat on the back. Say, awesome job, self. Okay, With the last couple minutes of class, shall we watch a funny video clip? I really like this video clip. Maybe you've seen it.
Oh, I love this one.
This one is funny. Here you go.
Hey kids, welcome back to a wonderful show. It's imaginary fun, learning, emporium, palooza, extravaganza hour for kids.
Hello kids, I'm the color red, and I brought my friends to teach you about them. They're the colors of all the things you see, and red is being the color of awesome things, like hearts and roses and Mars, but most importantly, blood, 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 blood.
Hi, I'm orange like mac and cheese. Let's name other orange things now, if you please. You got pumpkins and tigers and the desert sand. On a crimson bottle, so your orange friend. La 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 la, chill. What are you doing? What I was born to do.
You can probably guess yellow's pretty fun.
John Dad.
Find your honor bus or the race
John Dad.
If you ask me, yellow's number
Never,
one.
yeah.
You like yellow, sour,
John Dad.
try a lemon. John Dad! Dang it!
I once ate a bug that was the color green, but the ER said it was a poisonous thing. So that explains why I threw up green, and inside that green there were chunks of green. I bet you wish you had listened to green. Hooray!
Why didn't you change that one? I like that bird. 9 minutes, it's the deep blue sea.